Now, the early theories of enzyme action were about lock and key model. Lock and key model of enzyme action, where the active site is rigid. Active site is rigid. Okay, like a hole in a lock. Okay, and the substrate is like a key that fits in that lock. Okay, but this does not fit the flexibility of enzyme action, flexibility of tertiary structure of enzyme. Okay, this is very rigid. This makes the enzyme structure very rigid. In the dynamic model, we have another model which came up later, in later stages. This is known as the induced fit model. Induced fit model. Here also there is an active site and substrate fits in that site, but the active site is not very rigid. As in, if you go back and think about the shape of the active site could have a shape like this. So this is your protein. Okay, this is your protein with alpha helices and beta sheets, and this is the active site. Your substrate doesn't have to have a shape that fits like this. Okay, something that fits in here, but your substrate could look like this, right? So as this substrate approaches the enzyme, the tertiary structure is flexible and it moves around here. The shape changes around here, and finally it comes to a stage where now it looks like this. So your enzyme can fit in here like that. Your substrate, can fit in here like that, or it can move around, jiggle a little bit and become like this, and your substrate also is flexible, jiggle a little bit and come out here like this. So this is more like a dynamic model. So according to the shape of the substrate and shape of the enzyme, the structures are flexible here. The specificity is still there. The specificity is still there. The amino acids and all that have to be present. So they are specific. It is a specific type of reaction, but it doesn't have to be a rigid model. Okay, so this is known as the induced fit model. But what you have to remember is that in both the cases, they are there is a substrate, there is an enzyme, and there is an active site which snugly fits the substrate. So in the previous model, in the lock and key model, both the substrate and enzyme are rigid structure, and in the induced fit model, they both are flexible structures.